Okay, welcome back to the next instalment of this tear down and rebuild into a custom body, custom truck, sorry. So, as it came out of the box, now what I have done is I've put a set of used wheels and tyres on, and I've done a GPS run with this truck. However, I was going to try and film it, but the weather here is not good at all. I had to do a quick run up and down the road with the GPS, and that was it. I was hitting about 41 kilometers an hour, so about 25, 26 miles an hour with the stock setup. I probably could have got that up a little bit more, but I was running out of space and things on the road, and I didn't want to take it off-road and get it too dirty before I tear it down. So nowhere near what it says on the box, which is what we all know, without putting in the upgraded gears inside. But we'll do a comparison afterwards to see what it's like. To be fair, I have to say that the motor's not running because it's a brand new motor. It does take time to run the motors in. That was running on tarmac. I reckon in the past when I've done it, I've managed to get about 33 miles an hour, sometimes 34, out of a stock X-maxx once the motor is fully run in, and that is with some relatively high quality batteries as well. So just so you know, you're not really getting what they say on the box, because if you put the high speed gearing in, you'll have heat issues with it, as well as problems with the gears braking. I've certainly not been able to get that 46 tooth pinion spur gear to last at all. When it goes, it wipes out the pinion with it. So I'll set the body off. So as you can see, as it comes out of the box, now I'm going to strip this down, take it apart. I'm going to do it as a time lapse. However, when I come to any bit that I think is relevant, so if I take a diff out and it's low on oil and things like that, then I'll slow down, go back to ordinary film, and I'll run through with you guys how you take the diff out, how you check for the oil, and then what to do with it when you're then ready to reassemble. Alright, so maybe go on to a time lapse of stripping it down. Okay, so with the help of my daughter, this is as far as we've now got. I've now gone back from time lapse onto real time, just so I can show you what I find with the diffs that I'd recommend is a priority to do on a new truck. So this truck is brand new, as you saw it come out of the box. It's been run up and down the road a couple of times, and that's it, it's brand new. So the majority of parts have really had no oil on, so bearings that were here, common failure points as well for people. There's absolutely no evidence of any oil, and the bearings that I took out were basically dry. The odd one had a bit of residue on. There's some oil in here, very, very minute amount. Looks like very thin sort of oil that's just been sprayed, something like WD-40. Again, the same in here, completely dry. Steering completely dry. Now the actual diff itself. So this is as it's come out. As you can see, absolutely minimal grease. There's barely any whatsoever. Completely unacceptable. That needs to be packed with grease. As you can see, they do use a reasonable quality grease. It's that green stuff there, but it's just not enough. You know, it's a very small dab. The front is even worse. There's even less, and that looks like it's been contaminated with something because of the colour it's gone. Okay, so Sophie's got the front diff and I've got the back diff. So I'll just open up Sophie's first. Sophie's already taken the bearings off. Now these bearings, they're not the highest quality of bearings that Traxxas use, and that's putting it mildly. However, the diff bearings, the stock ones do generally tend to be okay, unless you're putting a big power system in. But as for the wheel, the hub bearings, I'd highly recommend changing them, especially the inner ones that are 20 by 27 by 4 millimeters, and they're a thin wall bearing. Now they're an RS standard bearing. My recommendation would be to go with either a hybrid ceramic, so ceramic balls with steel outer rated at an ABEC 3, or if you want to go all out and spend some big money, then you can go for full either ABEC 5 or ABEC 7 max fill full ceramic bearings. But certainly in the UK you're looking at around about £40 of bearing, and there's 2 bearings in each hub. Although the outer one isn't I can't remember what size off the top of my head, but the outer one isn't the same size. Okay, so we take these 4 screws out here. The diff cups I already took out once when the diff was still installed and all locked in place. I actually took those diff cups out then because I find that slightly easier. Right, so brand new, first time we're opening this up now. Absolutely shocking. There is oil in there, but it's minimal. That's probably maybe 30% full, extremely thin oil. That's probably, people say different things about the weight of Traxxas oil. I personally think they use whatever they can get their hands on at the time. I'd be surprised if that's even a 30,000 weight. I'll probably be putting 500,000 in. So just to give you an idea of the kind of difference there. Right, so that's that one. So I wouldn't overfill, but I would virtually fill that to the point that when you're putting this on, there's not a lot of air in there, it's just oil. Now, I struggled to get this car to wheelie when I did my GPS run. It would wheelie from a standstill, but I couldn't do any power wheelies whatsoever. And that will mainly be because of these diffs having very little oil in, especially the rear diff. You pack the rear diff up with a heavier weight oil, then you are going to find it easier to pull wheelies. So I'm going to lightly put these screws in, and I'll let Sophie do that one up, and we can have a look at the next one. So bear in mind as well, these diffs front and rear are the same diffs, so there's no difference in the internals of the differential or the ring gear. The difference comes in the pinion. The front and rear pinions are different in the way the body of the pinion is formed. There. Take these bearings off as well. And that one's certainly a very tight fit. Okay. So I'll get the screws out of this one, and you can put the other one together, okay, Sophie? Yeah. Okay, there you go, down to screw up to the bottom bit, okay? Right, so normally I'd be filling these up straight away. However, this vehicle isn't actually for me, it's for somebody else. So when something isn't for me, it's for somebody else, I'll be stripping this apart and using brake cleaner to check all the internal gears. So I'll clean them all up, use brake cleaner to degrease, de-oil them, fully inspect every element of it, make sure all the internals are assembled correctly, then I'll reassemble and add the correct diff oil. Now I know that might sound a bit overkill, but at the end of the day, if the truck's not for me, it's for somebody else, I need to make sure that that person is getting exactly what they want, what they require, and at the end of the day, what they're paid for, whether that be that they've paid for a stock truck or an upgraded truck, and this is going to be an upgraded truck. Okay, so this one now, that's a little bit fuller. That's not far off where it needs to be. Still needs more oil in, but you can see again there's a difference between front and rear, so there's no consistency. Now I've actually had a truck where one of these was basically empty, so it just shows the disparity between the two. But I shall go ahead and reassemble that now. And that is it for tearing down this X-maxx. So stay tuned, there's lots more videos to come. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button, and then you'll get notifications of our future videos, whether that be tutorials, build videos or running videos. There's lots of each to come up. We've got something special coming up involving an X-maxx and a trailer, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.